Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in a headlamp to take a look at. This one's coming from Brinyte and the model is the HC01S. So this headlamp is going to have your main LED here. It's also going to have two auxiliary, one white, one red. And there's going to be a feature on this called gesture control that's going to allow you to turn this headlamp on and off without actually pushing the buttons. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications. We'll go over the user interface, give you guys some beam shots, and then give some thoughts on it. So the HC01 was actually released probably like 2 years or so ago. This is the updated, again, S model. I do kind of wish that they would have updated their packaging as well. When I first opened it, I thought I had the old one here. But not a whole lot of information on the box itself. There is a QR code you can scan right there. And this did come from Amazon. Let's see what all we get here. So we're going to have the headlamp itself right there on top. And it looks like we got some manuals and a charging cable, type A to type C. The manual is for this updated S model. I'll quickly show it to you just in case there are things that I leave out of the video, or in case you purchase the light and lose your manual. You can always come back to this video for reference. And as far as the warranty goes, it looks like they have a 2-year free replacement of any issues, and then a limited lifetime. Basically you would pay just for parts if something happened beyond the 2 years. So here is the HC01S. As you can see, the actual head strap itself is sort of unique. They have a patent on this. The original HC01 had the same thing. Basically, I'll show it to you guys later, but there's this little thing here to wind this so you can keep it very compact, stored, when you're not using it. But it easily comes out whenever you need it. But let's get some of this stuff off. It kind of tells you what those are for. And then there's also this little film one here. I'll get this off real quick. Now it looks like it still does say HC01. I do kind of wish that said S on there as well. We're going to have USB-C charging. Obviously that's what the cable was for. Flap feels pretty decent, that cover does, and then it actually goes in there and kind of snaps over it. This thing is also going to be able to rotate a full 360 degrees. Obviously you're not going to need the light going back that way for anything at all, but really any direction that you need light. Very positive engagement. You can feel it click into each of those. And then once it's there, it stays put really well. Up here on the front, we're going to have our main LED here, our white LED there, red LED there. We're going to have some battery level indicators. This up here is going to be our gesture control thing. And then up here's our two switches. Again, main light switch, and then this is the white and red switch. Battery is going to be located back here. This thing's usually pretty stiff, but you basically get a nail or something and pop underneath there. That pops that cover back, and then this will pop open. This battery, you can use AAA batteries in place of this battery. If this is dead and you need to charge it or something, or if you're out somewhere and this dies and you don't have the ability to charge it, you can put AAAs in this, and I'll show you both ways as well. I'm not sure if they sell replacements of these batteries or not. So the majority of this headlamp is made out of some type of ABS plastic. It is drop tested at 1 meter, and it is IPX6 waterproof rated. The headlamp itself is 2.3 inches in width. The height is 1.6, and we're looking at a depth of 1 inch. Total weight headlamp and the strap, 3.9 ounces. So let's get into the operation of the light. It is shipped in lockout mode, so that if you hit the buttons, it's not going to turn it on. You can see we have some indicators over here, but to get it out of lockout, you're going to press both buttons at the same time for maybe 2 to 3 seconds. I think it'll flash or something to kind of let us know that we are out. So now we should be able to, be able to use the light here. So the main light, we're going to have 6 different modes. You got low, medium, high, turbo, strobe, and SOS. I'm not going to go over all the run times, but you can see our output. Low is going to be 10 lumens, medium's 105, high is 450 lumens, turbo is 1000, strobe is 450, and SOS is 105. And we're going to have a max beam distance of 126 meters. So if you want to turn on the main LED, you just press that one time. This is going to have mode memory. Right now I have it in the lowest setting, but to turn it back off, you just press it again one time. If you want to cycle through the different outputs, you just press and hold. Again, low right now, that's going to be our medium. That is our high. And I'll show you here, I'll shut it off on the high, turn it back on, and we're going to clearly be on the high. If you want turbo, you double click your main switch here. That's going to give us our 1000 lumens. I will show you the strobe and the SOS next, so if you're sensitive to flashing, you can look away, but we're going to triple click. That'll get us our strobe. And then while you're in strobe, if you triple click again, it'll give you your SOS. So that's kind of it on the main switch. I did want to show you those little LEDs there. Basically, that's like your battery status or battery level indicator. You can see that there's 4 on right now. So basically, we're somewhere between like 75% and 100%. And then it goes down in 25% increments. The auxiliary lights are going to be very similar. One press is going to turn it on. One press turns it off. Once it's on, if you press and hold, you're going to cycle through the different outputs. If you want to switch between white and red, you just double click. And there's different brightnesses of the red as well. Again, you just cycle through by pressing and holding. They also have a flashing mode here on the red. It's kind of like for signaling. You can get to that by triple clicking the auxiliary button. And it will flash just like that. So I mentioned at the beginning that this thing has gesture control, which is kind of like motion activation. And as you can see right now, it's not doing anything at all. If you want to activate that, you press both of these at the same time for about a second. It flashed right there to let me know. Now you can see that when I put my hand in front of it, I can turn the light on and shut it off. I don't know the exact distance here that this will do it. We'll figure that out kind of together here. So I'm probably like a foot away from it, just a little over a foot. And it looks like you do have to be a little bit closer. Yeah, so you have to be probably within a foot for that to work. So don't have a fear like you have it on and you're walking and you go past a tree branch or a wall or something like that and it just automatically is going to shut off on you. You do have to be fairly close to it. I want to show you guys this headband because it's pretty unique as well. So basically, again, it stays very compact. When you're ready to use it, you just basically put your thumb here and here and then just pull on it. And let's just say that you went a little bit too long for you. Well, then you just twist this to whatever length you need. I want to show you guys this gesture control again. Imagine having on winter gloves, whether it's camping, working, whatever it might be, and how difficult it would be to be able to find those buttons. But again, with that gesture control, you can basically just kind of wave your hand in front to turn the light on, and then again, you just kind of wave to shut it off. Do want to make sure that everything is going to work okay using AAA batteries. That comes on fine. Looks like it cycles through. If everything seems okay with AAAs as well. I'm going to show you guys one more thing before we charge up the main battery. If you have like your main LED on, you can turn on those other LEDs with it. I don't think the manual says that, but you definitely can do that. So if you want a combination of white and red, or if you need more white light, whatever it might be, you can have all of them on at the same time. And charging this is going to be very straightforward. Just plug into your USB-C port and then into a power source. And it looks like we're flashing when it's charging. It'll probably stay like a solid green once it's done charging. Alright, let's see what this Brinyte looks like here in the dark. I'm going to do some stuff inside the house first. This is going to be the main light on low. I'm sure that's showing up pretty well. Let's run through the different outputs. That's going to be our medium. Here is high. And finally the turbo. And now I'm going to shut it off and do the auxiliary light in white. This is the low. Let's go to the high. You see, even the auxiliary light's plenty enough to light up an entire room. I'm going to go back to the low and then switch it to the red. And the high in red. And now I'm going to switch back to the auxiliary white and then keep it on at the same time as the main light. Well, as you can see, it is not the darkest of nights at all, but I'll still try to show you a little bit of this Brinyte outside. So to go right into the high here, just to show you what the beam looks like. Get a bunch of snow on the ground too, so that always affects what a light looks like. I always like to keep a headlamp inside of my car. You never know if you have a flat tire, you know, something breaks down on your engine, belt, something like that. Having a headlamp allows you to go hands-free to do those repairs. Well, hopefully seeing those night shots was somewhat beneficial for you guys. At this point, I probably have, I don't know, probably close to 30 headlamps total. I just find them so useful and practical. I keep one in the basement. I keep one in the garage. I keep them in our cars. I keep them in our camping totes. They're just good for so many different things. Whether you're doing home repairs, during a power outage, if you're camping, if you're somebody who does like to run or hike, maybe early in the morning or in the evening, stuff like that, great for that. And I do think that this HC01S would be a good option for you. I really like the uniqueness and like the innovative design on it, with that gesture control stuff, with the kind of unique patented design on this head strap, how you can wind it back up real easily. I like how you can rotate this to get the light exactly where you want it to be. This headlamp has really good performance. Again, 1,000 lumens is a lot of light. You can tell that it's got a really nice center hotspot, but really wide flood with it as well. So it's a really nice combination beam. And the spot is not so much that like you can't use it to work on stuff up close. It doesn't like bounce back too bad. that 1,000 lumens, it'll maintain that for probably a minute to a minute and a half, and then it kind of like gradually steps down, almost where it's hard to even notice that it's stepping down. The high, which is at 450 lumens, I think it'll run for 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes before there's any type of step down on that. I also like how you can use the main light plus your auxiliary lights at the same time. And if you wanted, a combination of white and red, you could still do that. So yeah, a lot of nice features on it. Overall, I'd say it's fairly lightweight. I do like that it's USB-C rechargeable. And you can also use AAA batteries if something fails on that main battery. I do have a few things to let you guys know about. First thing is, like, let's say you pull this out to whatever your head size is. Well, the material is still kind of like bound up right here, and this presses against the back of your head. And I'm not going to say it's uncomfortable, but you do feel it there. Next thing to say is that gesture control. I really like that feature a lot. I have had a few times though where I'll go to like move my hand and it will turn on and shut off like in the same pass. It's not doing it right now, but it has happened to me a few times, and it's no big deal. You just wave again and it comes on. But I have had that happen to where it'll turn on and shut off at the same pass. But overall, I really do like it and would definitely recommend it. And these are available on Amazon. And at the time of me making this video, they're coming in around $57. And I will leave that Amazon link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on the headlamp, maybe read some of the reviews, or if you want to pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.